I knew I was interested in business of some kind, but I didn't want the black and white business education.
A certain type of person is drawn to organizational studies. They have a positive outlook, they are eager, and they're hungry. I think that's really valuable for the professional world.
It's a very challenging program, and the students in it want to be challenged and are ready to be challenged. There are very few org studies students who don't do well in the program, and that's not because it's easy, that's because they work really hard at it.
And once you're in it, you spend a lot of time working in teams. How do you work with other people? And can you get something done when it's not just you? Which is really what the modern work environment more or less all about.
But I had several professors that had, worked in corporate America, so they knew what the vital skills were, and they were able to actually relay that to us and teach us about that and tell us about their experiences. And for me, that went a long way.
You have the opportunity to take a lot of business school classes, so you can learn that practical application of management techniques, accounting, marketing, things that you can really sell on a resume. But at the same time, you're looking at problems through a variety of other lenses as well.
Because you are working with students from diverse interests and academic backgrounds, you really learn to communicate effectively across fields.
In one of our capstone research classes as a senior, you have the opportunity to actually provide consulting services for a real firm within the Ann Arbor area.
You're a student at the time and you're being placed into a real working setting, and you're being asked to interact with professionals, and it's a really big responsibility.
And they were impressed by what we put together, and that was the best part, because it was like, yay, this wasn't just a class project for naught. It was like something that actually benefited them as an organization.
That was a wonderful opportunity to apply all of the theoretical concepts that we had learned over the course of the program, the OS curriculum.
I was able to bring that experience into interviews and into my job now.
I've hired org studies interns. They really looked for ways that they could improve what they were doing. They looked for ways that they could innovate around what they were doing. They really challenged us, quite honestly, to think of things in a little bit different way. Their presence and their confidence and their knowledge really came across in these internships and made it into a great experience both for them but also for us. And I've really said over and over to my clients that they would be lucky to be able to hire these students.
I handle a lot of the Michigan recruiting for my firm now, so for me the most important thing is having the right attitude and being able to adapt quickly and learn. I think OS does a very good job no matter what field you go into at preparing you to just be in a workplace.
So rather than hire someone based on their hard skills or experience in something, I'd rather hire someone on their ability to learn and their ability to solve problems. And I would view someone from organizational studies as someone who has that kind of capacity. Whereas someone who knows one certain thing might be right for one certain position, but the reality is that business today, and especially technology, is not this mold. If given a lineup, I would hire org studies over anyone else.
You're going to get a professional student with a dynamic personality that's not going to be afraid to jump up and be a contributor from day one.
They want experience, they want to learn, they want to take on responsibility. They're not just going to sit back and sort of clock in at 9 and leave at 5. That's something that you want, especially in someone who's right out of college.
Transitioning into a job, I dove in head first because of the expectations that I got used to over the course of 2 years in the program. I came in with the expectation that I would always be learning. And so that doesn't scare me. I think that's exciting.